Bobby Peacock was there, and he told me we should be receiving a letter shortly on this new SPOS that will be coming up, and I'm assuming if everything goes well, we will have to negotiate, and we will start that shortly when he sends a letter, and I'm assuming that the referendum, we will have the election for that in November. So I don't know a whole lot about it, so as soon as we get the information, I'll be passing it on to y'all, so.
Have we started getting money from the county yet?
No, but that's another thing that I had a conversation with Mr. Bobby this morning about. He had told me May, so,
And
Mr.
I'm gonna go ahead and speak up and say,
Well, let me just tell you what he told me first, and you may not.
well, okay, I'm gonna listen to you.
Okay, all right. He told me this morning we should be receiving a check shortly. That came from Mr.
But
Bobby.
it better be him for our next meeting.
Okay, and I'm gonna continue on with that, is because, and I'm not trying to be ugly or anything now, but we're getting at a point, why, I'm gonna say, from my standpoint, why would I even want to push for another SPOS that the city's getting not anything from? And I've been here, and I know it's not your fault or anything, but it's like, well, probably by March, probably by April, probably by May. And my calendar and my brain is not quite as good as it used to be, but I think what Friday is because I'm in support of the SPOS continuing. It is beneficial. It has been beneficial for the taxpayers of Eastman and all, and it is a fair tax that everybody from out of town, everywhere else pays. But I keep hearing this, I'm gonna pay you, we're gonna get you a check, we're gonna start back. But I wouldn't be wanting to sit down and negotiate anything because we can't even get our old started back.
Monday, next Monday.
I think we as city council need to go to that meeting, get on the agenda, and we need to go with them head on.
And that, yeah, and I guarantee you, the county's gonna need the city to push this thing and for the citizens in Eastman's vote to vote on it, because the folks from the county ain't gonna come vote on it. To get this thing passed, but we got to be a unified front, but it's hard for me to get unified when I keep hearing every month. Checks gonna be in the mail, checks in the mail, checks in the mail. The mail runs
And
my
that's what
house
I've been
every
doing.
day.
Like I said,
Well, what do you think about us going to the county meeting next week as a unit?
You
Can't do that.
it's too late.
You mean we can't get on
You
the
have to
agenda?
notify them 5 days in advance, and this is only 4
So,
days.
we should be able next month, we should be able next week, we should be able next,
and that's the thing, I don't know when we go to negotiate, that, maybe the right words, we need to consider how we set this up, because, see, they were able to get the 500,000 because of I believe it's a tier 1 project, so, I mean, that might be something that y'all consider when we negotiate again.
oh, yes.
Can you get
There'll
the
be,
down?
there'll be a different negotiating group this
Yeah,
time.
we've got it.
Chief Sturfield, you come up here, please.
I better pull your weapon.
Got my hand on
In
it.
case you need.
I got a little story I want to tell you. Last Wednesday night, or last Monday, I went to Florida and had my sister-in-law load up stuff and bring back to Eastman. Well, when I got back to Eastman, I had a truck pulling a trailer. And the 2 policemen had somebody stop down at the other road, goes in the red to my house. So I pulled in, going to my house, and I was there about 30 minutes. And when I left, I come back down, and when I got down in front of Jameson Inn, blue lights come on, and I got stopped. And policeman come up, I never seen him, so I phoned him, "The new policeman that you got?" And I asked him, I said, "What did I do?" And he said, "Well," he said, "you come by and went in that neighborhood area up there, and you stayed up there around 30 minutes, and you come out and come back by us, and you looked real suspicious." So that's the reason I stopped. And, so my conversation was, I said, well, you know, I'm one of your boss people, just, you know, talking. He said, in what capacity? I told him city council. And he said, what's your name? I told him. And we got through, I said, and another thing, I want to thank you for what you've done. And do you remember what was last meeting or before when I asked you if y'all would patrol that area down there? Well, he told me, and I didn't ask him this, but tell him what he do. He said, yeah, he says, we're also going through that area and checking it out every day, every night. And I says, I appreciate that. So what I'd like to do is commend you and your policemen for what they are doing, because they're doing a good job. All right, thank you.
Raymond just looked suspicious.
He didn't pull that breathalyzer.
That was funny. I believe the light shined in his face when he went by what it was. That was good, Raymond, really good. Appreciate you bringing that up for Becky and them. And I don't have anything to bring up. Do we have any audience participation for bring up anything? No, so do I have a motion we adjourn?
Make a motion with adjourn.
Second, all in favor? Okay, we are adjourned.